You are looking at the Google front end I designed for HarvardX Project Zero submission. This is coded in only HTML and CSS. One of the things we can check at the get-go is the design aesthetics itself. I keep in mind the front end looks specific to how I view the actual Google search from my end. This is to ensure that my demo is cohesive as I switch to my design and Google's. The standard Google search has Gmail and images links at the top right portion of the page. Next, the links are the product icon and sign in button. To match one of Project Zero's specifications, I changed the links to advanced search and image search. I kept the app icon and sign in button in my design. Before I created this demo, Google has already made a few changes, at least on how it appeared in the standard search. There were changes on the alignment and margins that actually changed the cohesiveness every time I switched between pages. I decided to update my code. The demo would look a bit awkward layout-wise had I not updated the codes. One of the things I didn't want to miss incorporating are the hover effects on certain elements, like these links, icon, and buttons. If you notice, there is a subtle design feature that I forgot to add. The cursor must be defined correctly. Apparently, I defined it as a pointer instead of the default. The logo is not supposed to be clickable, but my design, it is. The search box is the central feature of the Google front end. I made sure I achieved most of the design aesthetics and functionality, such as the focus effects with a blinking cursor on the text area, the border shadow effects, and the rounded search bar. You can also see icons on the opposite sides. For this project, the speech icon in my front end is only a dummy. It has no functionality. I will work on it after I finish CS50. Below the search bar, we have the buttons for Google Search and I'm Feeling Lucky. These buttons have the subtle hover effects. I also added these features in my front end. Depending on where you are located, you may have the language options below the search button, so I copied this feature in my design. Adding a bit more to the otherwise too simple front end, the double layer footer menu is the way to go. I made sure I followed the height and margin specifications. When I started this project, I had no container plans in place. Not doing so will actually affect how these elements will move in different window sizes, affecting the responsiveness of your design. I ended up with a do-over, and after that I got it fixed. I was able to position the elements with more flexibility. Flex values will not help much unless the containers are defined correctly. I'm done going over the aesthetics. Now I will show the functionality of the search box and the buttons. That includes the Google search button and I'm Feeling Lucky. We have already explored on the standard Google search. What about the image search? There are more icons here inside the search box, and search buttons below it are removed. The logo for the image search had images text in its design. At first, you would think it's part of the image file, but the images word is actually a text. This would come as another layout challenge, but pulling this off will help you understand how absolute and relative positioning work. There are no links on the top right portion in Google Image Search. I have to keep the links in my front end so we can navigate among the 3 pages as Project Zero requires. There is no hover effect in Google sign-in button for image search in this demo, but I believe changes were made at Google's end, like the button size and hover. But I made a last-minute update on mine before the demo, but I kept the hover effect. Let's send a query to our image search. We can do it in 2 ways. Press enter after typing the search term, or click the rightmost magnifying glass icon. I will do the same to the actual image search to verify the functionality is right on track on my design. Let's test the functionality of advanced search in my design. This page makes a good practice session on understanding how Google Search gets and processes values from input name properties we incorporated in our codes. Advanced search is slightly more complicated because you will be dealing with multiple elements in different formats. It will only seem so until we manage to finish the first 2 pages in this project. In fact, I finished advanced search 80% faster than I had in the other 2 pages. Project Zero only requires the first 4 labels and its corresponding search input field, but I decided to include the numbers ranging from, since it's within the same container as the other 4. I also added the 4 links at the bottom left of the page to complete the advanced search aesthetics. The buttons and links are also coded with corresponding hover effects, as you can see in the sign in and advanced search buttons. The advanced search query will use operators to filter and process results such as double quotation marks or dash or minus or dots, as you can see in this demonstration. We will test the responsiveness of other 2 pages, the image search and advanced search. It's also interesting to note that Google's actual image search isn't responsive at all. It cuts portion of the layout or view, but I wasn't able to show that here. But you can test in yours. I kept the responsiveness in mind. For the advanced search, the text after the input fields will disappear when window size is smaller than its full width, as you can see there.